Unfortunately, we've got to go with what government guidelines say, and you can't just park up on these car parks.
No, there are car parks, madam.
Pardon?
There are car parks.
What do you mean by why can't you park on the car park?
That's what they're for.
That's a question. It's a genuine question. I'd like to know what
you're... You should be at home.
Well, I'm indoors at home.
Yeah.
Where's your place of residence? Is your vehicles?
I don't have a residence.
But you don't normally reside here. Victor from 21 Alice.
That's Jason, who'll tell you. I spoke to Jason a few times.
Yeah, could I have a stationary vehicle check, please? I'm seeing the car park now.
It's all right. We've been wanting to talk to you guys for ages. Hence, it's asked for a meeting with you. Because as far as we're aware, you can't really enforce policies from a bankrupt government.
We're only going on what government guidelines are.
Well, then your policy, that makes you...
Until we're told otherwise, we've just got to do what
So you take your instructions from the government, you don't work under common law, is that correct? Is that what you're saying?
We've been asked to try and educate the public on government guidelines.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
What your registration is.
Sorry?
No, you don't need to answer anything.
I know. It wouldn't be there if it wasn't, so...
Can we try Juliet India?
We're here to educate, and we know that this is all a bit of a hoax just to bring down the entire planet, and that's exactly what it's done. And we've asked to have a meeting with you guys because we hope that you'd be more peace officers, which is actually keeping the peace, and not policy officers, which is enforcing government. And your government that you work for is actually a private corporation, so you're not actually working for people anymore, you're working for a private corporation. I can give you the Dun & Bradstreet numbers on that letter there. So unfortunately, we don't have a contract with you guys. And what we'd like, because we know you're decent people, is to understand the difference between enforcing a policy and enforcing the law, which is common law. And common law is just to do no harm. And there needs to be someone who's injured.
People are dying.
That pandemic is not real.
We are trying to... Yes, if you want to walk into hospital right now and see that
we've been to the hospital. We had a look for ourselves, and so's hundreds of people.
To educate the public, okay?
I think we would.
Safe, to keep people alive.
Yeah.
Stop family from having to lose other members.
Well, we're keeping our distance. We're respecting what you are asking, but parking here, working, doing these letters. What we're doing here now is writing notice of liabilities that are going to hold the government liable for their actions. Because what's happening is we're turning into a Nazi state here. We should be able to not be harassed when we're just at a park. Now, I understand through the education they've given you that you think that you're doing right.
We're not harassing people. We've been asked to approach people and speak to people, see what they're up to, what the purpose of their journeys are today. Okay.
Our purpose is we're working here. These are our offices.
You've shown us letters and you're trying to argue with us.
We're not arguing with you. We actually want a meeting with you to describe. Yeah, we want to talk to you. We want to sit down with you guys and explain this because we need you.
Got an address that they're linked to.
This is care of. You know, I'm not going to give you my details and you can keep looking for them, but I've not injured anybody.
Vehicle, insured, it's all in order, registered out of area in Sussex.
You know, that really is quite criminal what you've done there. I've handed you a letter to explain what's happening. It wasn't for you to take my details from. I've injured absolutely nobody here. I've committed no crime. Well, why is she radioing through things? You know, it's just... I respect you guys, but I don't want to...
You don't. You work for a private
Yeah, you don't. You work for Dun & Bradstreet. The Dun & Bradstreet number's on there. That means... The last time we looked, it was a company like IBM that run the police. They're not... You're not working for a public capacity government. You're working for a private corporation. And we've not... I'm not upset. I just... We've been desperate to speak to you guys about this because we need you guys to understand the difference.
It's not going to be us that you need to speak to, though.
Sean, we're asking to speak to.
So he might respond to you, give us all this information. It's all you might speak to about this.
Well, but you need to know because you can't have plausible deniability anymore. If you're breaking the law, which you are.
I'm not breaking any law.
neither am I.
Straight up.
You are, yeah, you are, because you're not even working for the public anymore. You work for a private corporation. I don't need to give you any details because I never
I've not
signed
demanded your
anything.
details anyway.
She did.
She's not demanded your details.
She just took them off there. She's just
you
done
gave her that
checks.
piece
She
of
wants to
paper.
find out when my vehicle's registered, all this.
Yeah, we have a right to do that.
If I've injured someone or committed a crime, yeah.
Not necessarily.
We'll come and chat to you because eventually we need you to help,
From
you
the
know.
information we've got straight up, you actually work for IBM Computers. They own the
And we have not signed
I
anything
work
with
for the
them.
government,
You don't.
You don't.
unfortunately.
The government are a private
How
corporation.
long do you plan to stay here?
We move around. We don't really. Let's find the number here. Dun and Bradstreet 213274859. That's who you were registered with. See, that's not. If you worked for the public, you wouldn't be registered as a corporation. So we don't want. You know, we really respect you guys for the work you do, but we need you to be peace officers and not help this global takedown because it's only going to affect your families. You know, none of your families are ever going to earn a living or anything.
Just be a bit mindful of what the government is trying to enforce.
We, of course, we work on this so much.
And the other people
All
around.
day, every day, we work on this. Every day. We're more knowledgeable on this
Just be
coronavirus
mindful
than
of
you
the
are,
other
I'm
people
afraid.
Because of the virus.
We're not anyone near. We don't even like these people with the.
Can I explain something to you?
Yeah.
See that giddy up you've got on?
Oh, yeah, that's a
killing
really
it.
good point. That's
called
Tetra.
Tetra.
To be honest.
And it shouldn't be near
It's killing
us. That's 17.5 gigahertz chucks out that thing, microwave radiation. I've just written a whole notice of liability suing people using it. That's more dangerous than the coronavirus because it's beaming out microwave radiation on us. So
These are as well.
Tetra is terrible.
Yeah.
There's so many people died in the police force because of Tetra. These people
Listen.
are not on your side.
Just do yourselves a favour. If need be, if someone else comes along, just move on.
No, I don't think we'll move on. We'll chat to them and we'll
Because we
explain
don't wanna-
this.
Because we can give tickets, but we don't want to.
Well, we won't pay them because we're just.
Well,
we know how to pay them. There's no money in this world, so you just write on them accepted value and send them back. We've studied the laws 20 years now. We do know what we're talking about, and I'm saying this because
I don't know your name. I know you've been around here a few years. I've not met you before.
no, I've
seen
come
you.
from Brighton because there's a lot of activists here who know what's going on, so I come to work with them. I don't take a day off. I'm not relaxing. I'm working every single
So
day.
are you making sure this lady's okay while she's down here?
absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
It's my protection.
And how long do you plan to stay in?
I just take each day as it comes. You could lock us down next week and then we're completely screwed. And I really hope that for your own family's sake that you realise what's going on here. It's got nothing to do with the virus, I promise you. This has happened for the planet.
yourself to
All the
yourself,
small
then.
businesses have
Yeah.
gone. Thank you for listening. I really, really appreciate your time.
All right.
Thank
Have
you,
ever
you're
heard of a chap
amazing.
called Barry Trower?
No?
He's in Devon here. He'll,
He's up in Bovey Trade.
he's a microwave weapons expert. He talks about Tetra. If you go onto YouTube, Barry Trower, if you remember
Have
it.
you seen
Well,
that
that's exactly what
new
he-
site that's
He
opened
says
down there?
it's an
What's the
experiment.
site? What, like a phone tower?
No, the guys in the vans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed them, yeah.
Your biggest concern, virus-wise, are these phone towers.
Please. Look up Barry Trower on the internet. BARRIE.
And just see what that Tetra's doing to you and the people that you stand next to. People a lot with cancer now. Thank you for being so amazing and listening. Thank you.
Not all the police are going to be as crap because you've been.
Well, this is why we need to speak to Sean
The right thing will
because
be to
Okay,
move
well,
on.
This is our
Let's say
notification.
we said yeah, okay. Where would we go?
you
She's
kind
in there, I'm
of you're
here.
sort of squeezing us
It
into.
is hard, isn't
We
it?
were at the
Every time
moors
I'm
earlier
dressed.
and we had the police following us. We don't want to live in a Nazi state, and I'm
Because
sure
you live
you
in your
guys
vans,
don't
don't you?
either.
Yeah.
We keep ourselves to
where would we-
ourselves. We don't
Where would
like
we
people
actually go,
normally.
sweetheart, you know?
We don't talk to the public because they're so brainwashed, it's painful. We don't go around talking to people. Promise you.
Just keep yourself to
Thank you
yourself
for
then.
being so amazing. Thank you.